Howdy do y'all, it's your girl. So today I want to talk to y'all about my top 5 favorite black romance comedies. Well, actually, they're not necessarily all comedies, but my top 5 favorite black romance movies. Because I really feel like there's not enough black romance movies. Like, there's a lot, but they're just too, like, far apart, you know? Like, it'll be like, a lot of the movies I'm about to talk about, they were all made in the 90s. And it's just crazy that when I try to think of black romance movies, I have to like really think about it. Like, I can name 20 romance movies with white lead actors, like with no hesitation, because there's so many of them, like countless amounts, and there's just not enough black ones. So, you know, I just want to see more of that, and so I wanted to just talk about my favorite ones. And maybe in the comments below, y'all can talk about y'all favorite ones. Tell me what, if y'all seen the ones I'm about to talk about. Or maybe if you haven't seen the ones I'm about to talk about, you can go and watch them, because they're great. Let's start with number 5, Queen and Slim. So I saw this movie in the theaters when it came out last year. Yeah, it came out in 2019. It's directed by a black woman and it's written by a black woman, and that already had me sold. I was like, yes. The lead actors are freaking amazing. Got Daniel Kaluuya and, hold on, what's her name? And Jodie Turner-Smith, and they're great. So this movie was one of my favorites because of the drama of it. I was really on the edge of my seat in the movie theater. This movie is great. If you haven't seen it, you are missing out. This movie is wonderful. Did it win an award? I'm actually not sure. I don't think they even had the awards for 2019, like Oscars and stuff. You would think I'll keep up with this stuff, but I don't. But anyways, in my heart, it deserves an Oscar because that was a great... Is that an Oscar? Whatever. It should be critically acclaimed because it's a great movie, and I really enjoyed it. The drama of it, the story of it, I love how it was like very modern and just like, I don't know, just very realistic. The fact that they met on a dating app, I thought that was cool. It touched on like racism and police brutality, so that was like very important to see. And you just see like a very unique love story between the two characters. I've never seen anything like that. That's one thing about it. That was a very fresh story, very well written. The acting was amazing. The plot twist was great. Like, the story was amazing, and the love between them was just great. The chemistry between them was amazing too. Like, I really love seeing them together. I really love that movie. So if you haven't watched Queen and Slim, go see Queen and Slim. I think my favorite scene, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, is at the end where the dude who they think is about to take them to the helicopter comes pick them up or whatever, and he's just like, you can immediately tell they're in Florida because he's just the most like southern ass, Florida ass nigga, and I just love seeing his character. Even though he's kind of like a bad guy, his character just gave me so much life. I really enjoyed that character. It was really cool to see that. I want to see more movies done in Florida because people always talking shit about Florida. And I'm not saying we the best or nothing. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't saying that. But all I'm saying is Florida is not as bad. Well, I want to see Florida in a better light. I think that Florida's not all bad. That's what I'll say. Florida's not all bad. And there's so much culture here when you like, especially when you like talking about the black people in Florida. We're not talking about the crazy white people in Florida because they're crazy over here. I'm not gonna lie. People crazy, they really are crazy in Florida, and Florida is a big old long state. It's a lot. Northern Florida and South Florida, it's completely different, okay? And there's still crazy shit in both parts, but all I'm saying is I want to see more of the Florida like experience in a good light, you know? I watched that one movie, this is completely getting off track, The Florida Project on Netflix, and that was a very interesting movie, really good movie, I recommend. But again, it was kind of like not really a positive light, like not really a positive perspective or experience of Florida. So I want to start seeing good things about Florida, because whenever it's Florida, it's always Miami, Miami, and Miami. But there's other things that happen that are good that's not in Miami. So yeah, I'm just putting that out there. One day I'm going to write a movie and it's going to be based in Florida and it's going to be great and it's going to be positive and people are going to say like, hey, you know, maybe Florida's not all that bad, because it's really not that bad. Number 4, How Stella Got a Groove Back. Now this is a throwback And it's funny because my mom loves this movie. It's one of her favorite movies, and she used to watch it all the time when I was younger, but I never seen it myself until like probably about a month ago. It's on HBO, I believe. Wonderful movie. Angela Bassett as the lead role. Whoopi Goldberg is in there, and you know, she's my fave. She really just like beautiful comic relief for that movie. It was amazing. She's hilarious in that movie. But yeah, the love story is super cute, like, and it's so realistic. I love how it's like, I love realistic love stories. Well, they don't necessarily have to be realistic for me to love it, but you know, I love a good realistic love story where it's like, oh yeah, that could really happen in real life. You can just like see that happening, and maybe that's partially due to like the good acting, I guess, because it's Angela Bassett and, sorry, I always forget this man's name, Taye Diggs. You know, if you're Jamaican, you probably got something to say about his Jamaican accent, but I'm not Jamaican, so I mean, I was convinced. I don't know, y'all tell me if you're Jamaican, if you believed his Jamaican accent. It was alright. It wasn't that bad. I mean, he's kept it consistent throughout the whole movie, but anyways, they're just two beautiful black people, and I loved watching them on screen. They had great chemistry. The story was great. The writing was great. Was this directed by a black person? Yes. A black man. That's the other thing about it. Like, you can tell when movies have like, when it's like, okay, my thing is, if you're gonna have black like lead characters, then you need to have black people behind the scenes to make sure that the, you know, that it like works. Because when you have just like the Lovebirds, the reason why I feel like the Lovebirds kind of fell short of its potential was because you have two people of color as the lead roles, but then everybody behind the scenes, director, writers, and all the producers were all white. And that just makes a disconnect. So when you have a black director and a black, ooh, I'm about to fall. We have black director and black writers, black producers, like, it just feels so authentic to your experience. You can just, it's just so much more enjoyable to watch because it just feels right, you know, because you know the people who's in charge, they know what they talking about. It's not just, they just throwing some shit together. Anyways, but yeah, so How Stella Got a Groove Back. It's hilarious, beautiful love story, Angela Bassett, and Whoopi Goldberg, and Regina King, like, and Taye Diggs. Like, it was just a very star-studded movie, and beautiful. I loved it. I think one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when, is this weird part, I say it's weird because it threw me off when I watched it happen. So she like, I think they got into an argument or something. Something wasn't right. And she goes into the shower with him with her clothes on. And they just in the shower like being all cute or whatever, you know, getting all sexy and steamy and whatever. But it's just like, it just made me feel like the crazy things you do when you in your feelings, you know, when you all emotional and you in love and shit. This girl really got in the shower with her whole entire outfit on. I was like, she ain't gonna take the clothes off. Okay. That and any scene with Whoopi Goldberg in it was just great. Number 3 on my list is a movie called Faking the Funk. This movie was made in 1997. It has Tatiana Ali as the lead character and she's the love interest, and Dante Basco as the main character. Now, some of y'all might not know who Dante Basco is, but you do know who Dante Basco is. Everybody knows who this man is. They just maybe might not have seen him before because he's a voice actor for your favorite cartoons. He is American Dragon, Jake Long, that's his voice. And he's also Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, he's Prince Zuko and he's Jake Long from American Dragon. So Dante Basco is amazing, and he's also been, he was popular around like the 90s, and then in the 2000s he was doing voice acting, I guess. But he fine. Y'all haven't seen this movie? You need to go see it. Like, Tatiana Ali and his fine ass, and the movie's just hilarious. And it has, I think, Dwayne Martin. Let me check. I don't want to be throwing people in here and that's not right, but I'm pretty sure. Yes, Dwayne Martin. That movie is so funny. So Tatiana Ali, Dante Basco are the main characters. Then you have Dwayne Martin and Pam Grier, and I believe John Witherspoon is in it too. Yes, John Witherspoon is in it too. So you know this movie's hilarious. Like, it's comedy, it's so funny, and it's so cute. I think my favorite scene from this, oh my god, I watched this movie over and over and over again as a kid. Matter of fact, I might have a VHS. I think I got rid of it. I'm kind of sad. I mean, now like I can watch it. I have a few VHSs. There's like a bunch of Nickelodeon stuff. Anyway, that's not the point. My favorite scene from Faking the Funk is this part where they go to this like Asian restaurant, and basically the whole movie is it's about the romance between Dante Bosco and Tatiana, but it's also mostly about like the fact that he's an Asian dude who was adopted by a black family, and he grew up in LA. So it's just like a lot of people accuse him of faking the funk because they're like, oh, why you act black? You know, that's not who you really are. Why don't you, you're supposed to be Asian, blah, blah. But that's who he is because that's who he grew up around. That's all he knows. He was, and grew up with a black family. He's raised by a black family. So yeah, it's just really cool to see that because I've never seen a story like that. Asian dude adopted by a black family, like that's such an interesting story, and it's really, really well written. And I haven't seen it in a long time, so I don't know if it aged well because back then they be saying some crazy stuff. So who knows what's in that movie? I'm not gonna lie. I should probably watch it again, but it's still one of my favorites. Hopefully it aged well. Hopefully there's no like. I always worry about when I haven't seen a movie in a long time that used to be my favorite and it's from like the 90s because I'd be like, I go back and I watch it and it's always some kind of like weird homophobic something in it or, something that's just not okay nowadays, But I don't remember anything crazy like that in there. So I think it should be okay. I'm gonna watch it again though because I really do love that movie and I haven't seen it in a long time. Always had a thing for Asian dudes and I guess it's probably where it comes from seeing that movie so many times when I was growing up. That makes sense. Number 2 on the list is a movie that everybody has seen before, which is also, this is my top 5, like this is my top 5 favorite movies of all time, like romance, comedy, just in general. This is one of my favorite movies, Cinderella, with Brandy in it. Brandy, you got Whitney Houston, you got Whoopi Goldberg, and again you got an Asian love interest, which, oh my god, I didn't realize that. That's definitely why I have a thing for Asian dudes. This is the best version of Cinderella, like hands down. Obviously, as a black girl, I'm gonna say that. And don't argue with me, argue with your mama, because I don't care. That's how I feel. This is the best Cinderella, and it always will be the best Cinderella. No other Cinderella could top this. I just can't think of a way that they can make a better Cinderella. The music is amazing. Every single song in this movie is just wonderful. It's the classic Cinderella tale, so how the romance goes, how the story goes. It's just great. And then to see a black girl and an Asian dude, and then just all the cast is just very diverse and it's hilarious. It's a classic. I can't even pick a favorite scene from this movie because I love this movie so much. I don't even know how many times I've seen this movie. Like the whole movie is my favorite scene. No, okay, I think my favorite scene is probably whatever the song is called where the guy is announcing that there's gonna be a ball. The prince is giving a ball. That song, and it's Jason Alexander singing it. That's probably my favorite scene. I don't know why. I love that whole like dance sequence, that whole song and dance. One of my favorite parts of the whole movie. But yeah, that's a wonderful movie. If you haven't seen that movie before, what are you doing? How have you not seen that before? Like that is amazing. That's a classic. This movie was also made in 1997. That's so crazy. Whitney Houston and Whoopi Goldberg and Brandy at the same time, and plus everybody else is like iconic as hell too. The girl from Babs, that one lady, she's like an opera singer, the one who plays the stepmom, Jason Alexander. Like that movie's just wow. That's one of the best movies ever made. I'm sorry, that movie just like has a special place in my heart. I love that movie so much. Number 1, drumroll please. My favorite black romance movie of all time is Love Jones. I know what y'all thought I was gonna say, but it's Love Jones. I know y'all thought I was gonna say Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball is a classic too, and if this is a top 6, then I would mention Love and Basketball because I love Love and Basketball, but Love Jones just did something to me. And it's funny because I only recently saw it. This movie was also made in 1997, but I just saw it maybe like a couple months ago. I've been just like going back and watching a lot of classic black movies that I missed, like just movies that I've heard about a million times but just never seen. And another one I need to watch is Waiting to Exhale because I've never seen that movie before. So that's next on my list. If you have any recommendations for black romance movies, please put them below because that's my favorite genre. Like black people in romance, what's not to love? That's my favorite shit. So, and if it's funny too, like I'm here for it. But yes, Love Jones. So I just recently watched it and it has Nia Long and why do I always forget this man's name? I don't understand why I can never remember this man's name. Lorenz Tate. Duh, like Duh. I don't know why I can never remember his name. But yes, Nia Long and Lorenz Tate. And Lorenz Tate is just so fine. And Nia Long is so fine. But yes, their love story was so cute. Like, I love how she was like playing hard to get. She was like, nigga, bye, I don't want it. But she knows she wanted it. Like, you know, it was really cute how he like really courted her. And just their, I don't know, I really like their love story. It was beautiful. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite scene, because not that it was like super like a good thing. But the scene where she goes to the party and she's with Lorenz Tate's best friend. I can't remember his name in the, what was his name in the thing? Darius? When she goes to the party and she's with Darius's best friend. I'm like, girl, you trifling as hell. How you gonna go with the man's best friend and show up to a party where you know he gonna be at? Or I guess she didn't know he was gonna be there, but like, you knew that nigga was gonna be there. That scene was just very interesting to watch. I was like, oh shit, like the drama. I was like, oh my god, like she really about to show up to this party with this nigga's best friend. Bessie, she's Bessie. But yeah, that movie's great. I love that movie. It's funny. It was very black. Like, I just loved how like authentically black it was. Did a black person write this? Let's see, let's see. I bet they did. Directed and written by the same black dude, Theodore Witcher. Amazing. Love it. So yes, support black films, okay? Especially when they're written and directed by black people. Those are the best kind of black movies. Because I'm telling you, it just feels good to watch it when you know that a black person wrote and directed it. You can tell. Because it just feels right. It just feels right. It's honorable mention to Love and Basketball, because obviously that's a classic. That's a beautiful movie. That's one I used to watch all the time growing up. But I don't know, Love Jones just hit differently for me. That's why that's my favorite one, you know. I love Love and Basketball, but it's something about the five that I just talked about that I just relate a little bit more to. They just resonate with me a little bit more. Oh, another honorable mention is The Photograph with Issa and Lakeith. I saw that before I ever seen Love Jones, but then after I watched Love Jones, I was like, oh, okay, I see the influences. But yeah, The Photograph is a really beautiful movie. I recommend that one too. I'm not sure if that's on any streaming services yet, but if you can watch it, watch it. It's a great movie. And they have really good chemistry. Issa and Lakeith, beautiful. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite black romance movie, and if you have any suggestions for things I need to watch, because I feel like I haven't seen enough of them. There's a lot out there, but I want to see more. So yeah, or just tell me what your favorite one is, and if I haven't seen it in a long time, I'm gonna go watch it, because that's just my favorite genre of movies. I love them. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys go and watch these movies if you haven't seen them, because they are worth a watch. All of these movies I think are classics and just necessary. If you love black romance movies, you need to have seen all of these movies because they're so good. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a friend that likes to watch movies. I think I want to do more like videos about movies, because I love watching movies and stuff, and I really want to start working on my screenplays again. So leave encouragement for that, because I need to do it. So leave some words of encouragement in the comments down below. Thank you very much. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.